Welcome everyone to the New Fly Fisher. It's September and I'm standing in beautiful Squamish, BC. The Pacific salmon are in, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to drift egg patterns for trout and char. Joining me today is Clint Goyette from Valley Fishing Guides. Clint is an expert fly fisher, a competitive angler. He's going to show me the Euro-nymphing techniques he's developed on the world stage to catch these trout and char. It's going to be a great show.
That's the biggest bull trout I've ever seen on the Squamish River.
Ooh, that's a nice size fish. What?
Absolutely fantastic.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Valley Fishing Guides Canada, Orvis Fly Fishing, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited, WeatherTech Canada,
Upon arriving, I was pleased to learn that we were in for a period of decent weather. Clint informed us, however, that the region had recently experienced significant rainfall. Many of the rivers, especially the main stem Squamish, were still swollen and running bank to bank. The smaller tributaries we were planning on targeting were slowly coming into shape. Clint's plan for our first day was to check out a couple of his favorite haunts to see what they had to offer. Pink salmon had arrived in decent numbers, and the region's trout, char, and whitefish should be amongst them, feeding heavily on dislodged and drifting eggs. From my perspective, I was looking forward to working with Clint to further hone my Euro-nymphing skills.
Squamish gets a pink return every odd year, and the pink is a vital species for our ecosystem. They bring so much nutrient load back to our rivers. They lay eggs, their eggs hatch into small fry, their fry immediately leave in February and March and April. And then they return as 2 to 5 pound fish with all that biomass coming back from the ocean to feed our bull trout, to feed our rainbows, to feed our cutthroat. It's just an iconic species, as well as all the other wildlife that pinks feed. The bears, the eagles, the wolves, you know, they're very, very important, and we're lucky to have those as well.
Known by a variety of names including check nymphing, tightline nymphing, contact nymphing, Euro-nymphing is a deadly method. Born through competitive fly fishing where external weight on leaders and strike indicators are not allowed, Euro-nymphing provides superior presentation control versus traditional nymphing methods. Your fly, or flies if permitted by regulation, are your weight. The flies are tied in a variety of weight configurations to match conditions such as water depth and current speed. By adjusting variables such as pattern weight, the amount of leader placed in the water, rod position and angle, you can thoroughly explore a variety of structure and presentation challenges, allowing you to consistently place your fly or flies in front of fish. So Clint, you've set me up with one of your 20-foot Euro-nymphing leaders.
Yeah, that's right. So what we have here is 10.5 feet of Tenkara fluorocarbon, high vis.
Okay.
And then there's about 1.5 foot of spacer material, which is 0 or 1x. So we're tapering down from this diameter to the next one. Mm-hmm. Then you've got your cider material, which is about 45 to 60 centimeters.
Okay.
And then from there, you're going to run your tippet material for the strength of fish that you're going to be fighting.
All right, and that final tippet length, you're saying 3 to 6 feet is average, so that's about the length of your tippet.
Yeah, total length is 6 feet to make it the full length of the rod. So total length of the leader is twice your rod length.
And between every section is the tippet ring.
That's right. Yeah. So for short casts, I'll start with the fly in my hand and with the rod pointing the opposite of where I want the fly to go. And then I'm going to drop that fly and bring the rod over the top and then pull that fly downstream in the direction of the current flow. Finish my cast, bring the fly back. It's a very direct path of the fly with the current. Then I'm going to reach out and I want to go to sort of a more medium distance cast. I'm going to get my line set up. I'm going to start again with just a rod length, but now this line here is going to be what I shoot out the end of the rod. Again, I'm going to load back here, fire, and release that line. Immediately lift the rod so that I'm fishing with the fly upstream of the rod tip. Manage my line, allow that fly to pass. Finish with a dangle, go for the further cast. Pull a bit more line out. Bring that back in. Hand is higher now. Back up. Manage the line, pull it through. At this point, I've reached the middle distance casting. I can't cast any further with that method, so I have to change it up, in which case I'm going to change to more of an oval or Belgian cast. And for that, I'm going to start with the line out in the water, bring it around and over. Around, and use the water to load the line so that I get the fly way upstream and way out into the current. Then I hand twist to maintain tension to the fly as it comes through the zone that I want to fish. Strike if I get it touch. Found a fish.
First cast.
This guy's gonna make
So
me
what
walk
makes
down.
this water so good? Why is this the money hole, as
Well, you can
call
see
it?
there's pretty heavy duty rapids up here. We just had a high water event.
Yep.
And this here, where this guy's hanging out, is the first super calm, deep, slow spot where
Yeah.
they can chill out.
And eggs are going to gather in there?
Yeah, eggs are coming through. They're relaxed. There's nothing too crazy happening. I could probably land this guy with that net myself.
Swing him in?
Yeah, I try and get him upstream of the net.
Just there you go, well done.
And he comes right in. Oh, this is a cutty.
It's a cutty?
cutthroat. Yeah.
Oh, wow. These are coastal cutthroat.
That's right.
And
yeah, they're
another-
anadromous.
Yeah.
And this guy, you know, if you looked at him sideways, you'd be like, oh, it looks like a rainbow. I'm like, absolutely. But this is my first hint. It's a cutty. It's got a nice yellow fin.
Plus the
And then
spots
roll
are
'em up.
really like pepper.
Yeah.
beautiful.
And
And
then,
of
then you
course-
take a quick look at it under his jaw, and it's a nice
Just a
cutthroat. But
beautiful-
he's fat, been chowing
Chewing
on
on
eggs. Just a beauty little fish.
Off he goes.
Your turn.
My turn. I like this alternating stuff. Right where you said he would be. Out of the water.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful fish. Great fight in this current.
You're doing
Coming
a great
down.
job, but he's going this way.
Trying to stay with him. He's right there.
Yeah, I see him up
Yeah,
there.
I got him now. I use this current so well.
There he is. Yeah.
There he is.
Woohoo! Yoo-hoo! Nice job.
Nice job. Well coached, boss. Well coached.
Right on. What are we doing here, Phil?
He's a fat little guy.
Yeah, they're awkward to hang on to when they're
Yeah.
so fat from the eggs. Beautiful little fish. Beautiful.
Look at that
fish.
little fish. Full of eggs. Look at that belly. Little tiny head. Beautiful belly.
Awesome.
So Clint, for your waters here, what rod weights and lengths are you recommending?
Well, Phil, I'd probably use a 3 to 5 weight rod. With more of the time, we're going to use a 4 weight. That has enough power in the butt section to fight some of our larger trout and the inadvertent steelhead that you may hook in the April time frame.
Yep. Okay, and a 5 weight would be good for those larger salmon.
5 weight
too.
is for sure something that if you're targeting larger trout, the 5 weight's going to give you the optimal backbone.
And again, that length is going to be able to allow you to make those long casts, soft tip to cushion those strikes, and still be able to reach out and cover water while maintaining good wader safety.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
There
right
we go.
where I thought.
Everybody's on now.
That's a good one. I better put my rod down again.
Okay, it's getting serious now.
Look out.
You said he might come back. Now, we can't guarantee that was the...
Nope. I can't go out there, Phil.
Why not?
Oh, it's another cutthroat. Nice one, too.
There we go, team. So a beautiful little
Cutthroat trout.
rough,
That is beauty.
fat cutthroat
Real
trout.
nice.
Euro nymphing form. Just an unbelievably effective method.
Look at the belly on that guy.
Look at that. Squeeze.
Chubster.
Just a beautiful fish. Off he goes.
Later.
All right, Clint,
Nice.
you're up.
All right. I'll give her a go.
Something there.
Somebody's home.
Just like that. Looks like a decent fish.
It's a good one.
Well, we'll let him.
Yeah, I have nothing yet. He's
No.
got lots of power
Let him
left.
fight the
We're
current.
gonna end up down through that rapid.
Over.
Yeah, he's going.
He's going. We're
He's
going
going for a
down,
wander
folks.
down
We're
river.
going down.
I don't know where he is right now,
Yeah.
but he wants to go down that rapid.
Does he though?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, he is, because now he doesn't have a choice. Ooh.
So in this case, I'm gonna just hold the rod high and hope for best.
Yep. Hope he just stays with you. Oh, it's a bull.
It's a bull
It's a
trout.
bull trout. Woo! Just a second.
Oh.
Well done. We've got all of them.
Look at the chubster on this guy.
That
Holy.
guy has been eating well, my friend. Eating well. So these are anadromous too, right? Out to the ocean.
Yep, but he's come into a predator or something's
Yeah.
hit him at some point.
Or a larger bull trout.
Or a larger bull trout. Yeah, this is a good spawning age bull trout.
Look at all. Beautiful.
Yeah. Pink
That's a
spots.
pink photo bombing us right here. Big decaying pink coming in for a look.
Off you go, buddy.
Off he goes. Beautiful fish. Well done.
Woo! That was a battle.
Euro nymphing. It's the only way to go to me.
Good times.
Woo!
Landing in Vancouver, you're just an hour and a half away from Squamish. Once you get here, you just need your underwater clothes. I have waders, boots, belts, and all the fly tackle that we're going to use in a day. I've got the 4-weight rods, I've got the 7-weight rods, and all the terminal tackle, flies, tippet, and all of that. Really, you just need your sunglasses, your hat, your camera, and a good attitude, and we're going to have a great day on the water.
After spending the first portion of our trip exploring some of Clint's favorite local waters, we opted for a longer excursion to another of his favorite rivers. This river featured a run of both Chinook and sockeye salmon, while being home to a healthy population of rainbow trout, bull trout, and mountain whitefish. Our tactics remain the same, drifting egg patterns using Euro nymphing techniques.
Our spring season starts mid-February with the emergence of fry, and the water temps are good enough to start fishing. From that point, we start getting the steelhead return anytime in mid-February through the months of April and May until freshet. During that time, there's always cutthroat, bull trout, and rainbows in our area, and a little further north, you can get into the whitefish as well. As you go through the summer, it's a trout fishery. And then as you move into the fall, which is where we are today, we're into the salmon return. Throughout that time frame of the Pacific salmon return, we're catching trout on egg patterns, which is what we're doing today.
So Clint, we've got spawning salmon in here. We can see some pairs, digging reds. They're going to be spitting out eggs downstream to any willing trout and char. But it looks pretty skinny. How are we going to approach this?
So anytime I come to skinny water, I'm going to always start from the bottom and work my way up as if you were upstream dry fly fishing.
Okay.
And that's just so if you hook the big fish somewhere up here and he's going to run downstream, he's going to scare everything else out. So we're going to pick from the bottom of the tree and work our way up.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
And we won't get too close to
That's right. We're going to cast from quite far away so that our bodies aren't over the water at all.
Okay.
That's pretty key.
Well,
Yep.
let's give it a shot.
Let's do it.
It looks fishy. There we go. And he was right where you said he was going to be.
Rainbow.
Proof is in the pudding.
Competition fishing really taught me a lot about how to nymph with a tight line. And bringing that information back to my home waters was a critical change in the development of my own personal guiding skills, as well as my own angling skills. I started Valley Fishing Guides because I love fishing, and to be able to make a living while teaching others how to fish and spending time on the water, which is my happy place, that just made sense. I wouldn't even bother dropping it down on the first pass. I'd keep it high the whole time.
Okay.
You imagine that egg doesn't sink like a stone. It kind of rolls off the shelf.
Yeah,
in
and
the
they're used to
current.
seeing them mid-current, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Possible. Possible. Ooh. There we go. That's a bigger fish.
That's a bigger fish.
That's a
bigger.
decent whitefish, boy. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good whitefish.
Oh, that's
Substantial.
nice whitefish. Nice size. Slowly going off.
Oh, jeez Louise, that fish wanted it bad. Rainbow. They're everywhere. These guys are marched right up to the top, right?
Something's pushed them out.
Yeah, they can occupy. There's another one already.
Ooh, a little bigger.
What this technique allows you to do is drop it in that spot and fish it immediately.
Yeah.
Right, that fish is on before I even had a chance to set the hook. Another rainbow. Right in the top lip.
Yeah, because if you were to indicator fish that, you got to wait for all your gear to, and you can't even really put it up there because everything will be on the bottom and you're hooked up. You have
Exactly. What we're noticing, Phil, is they're all in fast water.
Yep.
They're right where it picks up speed. So we'll just keep looking at that for the rest of the day and
That'll be our A water.
stop looking at the deep holes that aren't moving. And that's pretty common with this particular river.
Yep. They just adapted.
Fast.
Plus, is it possible those larger sockeye kind of pushed them out,
Could have pushed them out, but I think
chase
more
them off the reds kind of thing?
you're highly visible in that big pool to
Yeah.
predators, whether it's a fish in the river or a bird from above, right?
That's cool.
The flies we used throughout the trip, we've got the egg pattern, we've got the OMG for really deep fishing, 3 beads underneath the material, and then we've got the 511 Turbo, which is a very heavy mayfly pattern. pheasant tail style. Gonna get to a safe landing zone here, going downstream.
Okay.
Got caught in that heavy
Could
current.
that be our bully we've been looking for? Oh, that's a
Could
nice
be.
fish. That's a nice fish. There we go. So right where you said on that drop,
It was right at the very top.
swim
Where
them
are
into
ya?
the net. Well done.
It's the bull trouts.
Again,
See the white leading edges,
that standard char.
bullies.
Beautiful fish.
Yeah, took it in heavy flow. Heavy flow. Surprised me a bit. Relating more to the heavy flow today. All day. Thought they'd be in the pools, but they're not. All right, away you go.
Go away, get bigger, get
Go
wiser.
get bigger. Squamish is full of other activities for the non-angler or with your time off. We have the Sea to Sky gondola, which is a great activity. We have mountain biking, hiking. We have museums, the train museum. We have the mining museum just south in Britannia. Just a lot of things for people that are just looking for something to do outside of angling.
It was our final day on the water. The weather had steadily improved. The water had cleared and its levels had dropped. Clint had us on the banks of one of his favorite rivers a little bit earlier than previous days in anticipation of a great day of drifting egg patterns. Clint's experience and intuition foreshadowed one of my best days using Euro nymphing tactics. It was time to put the lessons Clint had provided to work.
We have a lot of species here in Squamish. By far, the bull trout is my favorite. And I'll tell you why. It's the sheer power they have when you hook one. You know, they just dog it. They keep you fighting to the end. You know, they don't want to die. They're the top apex predator in our system. You know, they're eating eggs, they're eating flesh, they're eating the fry, they're eating sculpins. And with this technique, you're able to get right into that zone, right to the bottom. And when they suck that fly in, there is nothing like setting a hook on a big bull.
So where was he sitting?
Right there in front of me, right on the bubble line. So where that swings around and
Yep. Natural.
just natural drift, and he smoked it. Like there was no question that that was a bite.
Looks like a good fish.
Well, I can't lift it yet, and this is my 4-weight doubled over, so definitely going down to the ground, which usually means bull trout.
Yeah. He's
Hugging the bottom.
like all char.
Oh yeah, it's a little char, for sure.
I'll just let you steer him in. There we go.
All right.
Did a little reach.
Nice job.
Beautiful.
Right in the top lip, just like they're supposed
Where is he
to.
supposed to be? Look
And
at
look
that.
at the size of that
Look
guy.
at the.
Clearly been feeding on eggs. Awesome. Off you go.
Well
Later.
done, Clint. Well done.
You're up.
Egg patterns for bull trout.
Awesome.
Euro nymphing techniques. Just a deadly method. Wow, Clint, this looks like a fishy spot from right there, right on out.
I like where two currents come together, where you've got the big current over there and the smaller one coming together, and where they meet I call it critical V,
Okay.
right? And that's where I expect almost always at least a fish to be, and in a lot of cases, the biggest fish.
Biggest fish. So I'll start here and edge my way out to that critical V and see what happens.
Absolutely, let's do it.
Okay.
What's going on, Phil? I looked down and it's literally, you had one. That is hilarious.
Love it when they eat it on the swing.
That a cutty or
I
a
don't
bull?
know. Looks like might be a bull trout.
It came to the surface though.
Yeah.
Maybe because you pulled it up.
Look at that little tubby guy. Well done. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Thank you.
There's that egg fly right in the
corner.
right in the jaw.
Right in
And
the
he
corner.
clocked it. Like you
He
feel
did.
it.
He wanted it.
Yep.
Undone.
Beautiful. Look at the little spots.
Beautiful fish.
Beautiful. See you, guy.
Off you go.
Off you go. You waddled back out there.
I waddled out is right. They are chubby.
You're up next, buddy.
Awesome. We wade a lot in our rivers, so you have to have some really decent footwear. Your wading shoes should either be studded or felt with studs, or rubber with studs. And the other thing is you got to be aware there's a lot of wood in our rivers, and that's really the danger. If there's large log jams below you, don't make those crossings, right? You've got to be very aware of the dangers on the rivers.
A little different footprint than a human. We're not the only one hunting fish down here, are we?
Absolutely, yeah. And clearly there was a grizzly bear here at some point overnight.
Yeah.
Or in the past bunch of hours. So you've got to keep your sort of wits about you when you're out here.
So what are some of the things you do?
Well, I really just use my voice to let them know that I'm around. So if I'm in a tight quarter sort of trail walking into the river, I'm going to talk a lot to either myself if I'm by myself, which is not always the best thing to do when you're at this time of year walking through the forest. Human voice definitely alerts them to your presence. Yeah. The worst thing you can do is show up unannounced to a party of grizzly bears, right?
And startle them. And
yeah, exactly. Yeah. They want to know you're around.
And you're carrying bear spray?
I carry bear spray, yeah, I do. And again, it's sort of the last minute or last second sort of choice to use. Yeah. I've never actually pulled it out, and that's for a good reason. You know, I'm making sure the bears know we're here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to look on the open areas, obviously make sure there's no bears here, and be particularly noisy when we're crossing those little feeder creeks that we have tons of pinks coming up, because we've seen evidence of bears having a recent feed on the carcasses. So just be aware, enjoy the outdoors, but you're not alone.
And stay safe. Oh, this is not small. Not small at all. Very big. It is deep down there.
I see a sighter and it's gone.
Yeah.
So we were within 8 feet.
At least we know how deep it is right here. Kind of did a round circle turn down there. Telling me there's an opportunity possibly coming up. This is unreal. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're catching a glimpse here. It's coming higher in the water column. I can't lift any higher. Go for it. Go for it. Oh, yes! Holy smokes. That's why it was hard, Phil. Oh, I can't believe you had that much power.
I can. Look at that thing.
I can't. It's such a fat fish. I can't. It's stupid. It's like. Off you go. I literally was like, my arm is shaking. My arm is shaking.
After watching Clint fight and land an incredible bull trout, it was hard to imagine the day getting any better. I was pleasantly surprised to find out that it could. There we go. Fish on. Good bull.
I'm coming.
Just in that critical V again. Clint, you'd advised me to concentrate my presentation right at that critical V. And I was having I hadn't quite got my slack in order, and as soon as I got it in, led the fly a foot, whack. Nothing subtle about that take.
Full side pressure.
Yeah, and I got my
low to the river, pulling them to the side. They have those great big pectoral fins that act like wings and just keep them stuck to the bottom.
Giant rudder, yeah, they just...
Oh, man.
I think that was another bull he just spooked out there.
That's a beast.
Just trying to hang on here.
Yeah.
My right arm is on fire.
We know we've got at least 10 feet of orange line followed by another 10 of something. So he's 20 feet off that piece right there. He's in the heavy current right now. He's just keeping his head out there, and we got nothing. It's a big fish.
Oh, he feels big.
It's really big. Yeah.
Putting this 5-weight to work, and that's why you said about
reel up.
Those larger weights, a little harder to hold horizontally, a little more taxing on the arm at the end of a Euro nymphing day, but when you hook something like this, it's nice to have that backbone on your side. I think I'm going to be lying on the bank after this.
Yeah, and as soon as you see that give, take.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't wait for him to roll back out there, because I can't keep walking downstream.
No, and he's going to...
I'm backing up. He's coming this way.
Sorry, I'm coming down a little bit.
Just Yeah.
That's why you...
That is a trophy
Holy...
bull trout.
Holy hell. Now I can have my moment, because I was
Excuse me
like,
while I puke over here.
kept flashing in my head. The longer that fish is in the water, the more likely he's going to stay there. Can't think of a more beautiful specimen than this. Holy smokes, that's
Just an impressive beast.
and the sun on it. It's just a gorgeous fish. Bye-bye, girl. Hope to see you soon.
Beautiful.
Here she goes. Back into her lair, off into the gloom. Thanks, Clint. Wow. Is that the biggest bull trout you've ever?
That is the biggest bull trout.
I can't thank you enough.
Yes.
Thank you, Squamish. Thank you, Mother Nature. I hope you enjoyed today's show, learned a little bit more about Euro nymphing for trout and char. For more information on this episode and other episodes in our informative series, please visit us on the web at thenewflyfisher.com, and don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. We'll see you next time.
The New Fly Fisher is supported by Valley Fishing Guides Canada, Orvis Fly Fishing, Scientific Anglers, Trout Unlimited, WeatherTech Canada,